Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? Get another video out to you, and I got a quick question for you. Anybody watch the debate, the presidential debate about a week and a half ago? If any of you were disappointed that Trump didn't scream from the rooftops that he denounces white supremacy and hate groups, if anybody's frustrated just like I am, I want to understand why he can't just scream it from the rooftops. Why does he have so much ego that gets in his way? I 100% do not agree with Joe Biden and the left that say that, and this left media outlets that say that Trump doesn't or can't or won't denounce white supremacy. I've seen it multiple times. I've seen it written. I've seen Trump in interviews, in speeches, just denounce white supremacy, denounce hate groups of all kinds. So I've seen it a dozen times or more, and it's unfortunate that that question keeps getting asked, but that unfortunately is a sign of the times that when you are innocent, unfortunately, you have to defend yourself all the time. And as bad as it is to answer the same question a million times, that's the job he signed up for. He knew when he took office that he was going to be constantly beaten over the head by the media. He was going to be asked the same questions over and over and over. But he has a job to do, and his job is to scream from the rooftops, no matter how many times they ask him, that he denounces hate in all forms, that he denounces white supremacy, that he denounces supremacy of any kind. So yes, he sort of mildly agreed with Chris Wallace. Sure. It's not good enough for me. Okay. And I'm not even a person that believes that Donald Trump is a racist person. I don't believe that he supports white supremacist groups. I don't believe any of that. But I believe he should stand up and scream from the rooftops that it's not true, it's false. And the fact that he won't do that's a testament to his ego. And again, I don't care how many times the media ask him. If that's the only question they ask him until the end of time, he better answer it. That's all there is to it. You know, you can't, and you did and you will, or he did and he will, you can't beat up your opponent verbally and say he won't answer the question and about a different topic. But you can't say, hey, he won't answer the question. He won't answer if he's going to pack the court or not. If you won't answer the white supremacy question again. And again, I understand it's again, but again, you need to do it again because they obviously don't get it. They don't get it. So you need to do it again, and you need to continue to do it until they get it. Okay. So him hawing around is not helping. Him hawing around isn't getting us where we need to go. So I'm very disappointed that it didn't happen the way it should have happened. But again, Trump's not trying to convince me that he's not a white supremacist or that he's racist. I don't think he is. And again, that's my opinion. I've never met the man. I don't know him personally. Okay. So he might say hateful things, to people under his breath, to people he knows, to people he trusts. He might, I don't know. I've never met the man. Like I said, I don't have that viewpoint of him. Based on his policy and his performance, I don't see that his record speaks to racism. But again, it's not my call to make. There's other people that feel like he is or at least passive is passive toward it instead of being aggressive toward it. And instead of being trying to aggressively end it, he's being passive toward it. So I don't agree with being passive. He needs to take a stand on this. And again, I don't care if it's the only question they ask him and they ask it to him 50 times a day. His answer needs to be the same. And I don't care if he has to write it on his hand and read it off his hand every single time. He needs to stand up on the rooftops and denounce this all the time. Because this is what they want. Give them what they want. Give them the correct answer. Give them the answer, okay? Because at least if you say it, then they have to go find physical proof to the otherwise. To the contrary, they have to go looking for it. But if you hem and haw around the question, they're going to call you a racist and they're going to call you a white supremacist because you won't answer the question directly. So that becomes their evidence because you won't answer the question. Just like when you give Joe Biden the left and the right and the jab, because he won't answer the pack in the court question. Well, the evidence becomes the answer or the non-answer. So for the millionth time, please answer the question and say it. It's that simple. It's not that hard. And if your ego's getting in the way, that's a huge problem. It's a huge problem that your ego comes first. Sorry, I went from talking to you guys to talking directly to the president. I kind of tuned out right there. But we need to know. We need to know. And again, I've heard it 10, 15, 20 times. There's a video out there, I think it's about 5 minutes long, of Trump in different settings, interviews, speeches, addresses, denouncing white supremacists, racism, hate groups, flat out saying, I don't want racists to vote for me. I don't want white supremacists to vote for me. I mean, the words came out of his mouth. So again, I don't care how many more times he has to say it, but he needs to keep saying it until people understand it. So if anybody else is disappointed or has a different viewpoint on it, or feels like I'm wrong, feels like he shouldn't have to answer the question anymore, hit me up. Let me know that, because unfortunately, that's the society that we live in. And I feel like, I don't believe that we live in a racist society. That's some people's belief. But regardless of my personal belief, he's got to answer that question every time they ask it. And he needs to answer it unequivocally, where there's no gray area, where it can be twisted or turned or presumed or anything like that. He needs to hit it out of the park every single time. So let me know what y'all think. Bye.